Hello and welcome to another Lockdown Let's Play. This is Tate Nong and this is, I think, the 9th one now. Today we are going to work on this big boy and maybe I'll just show you a little bit of what I have planned for this and beyond. But let's get into it. So first things first, we need to start building something here. And we've already got our wireframe foundation, and I think it's time to get started on at least some sort of entrance. And I have maybe not all the resources needed, but all the ones that I have got stocked ready to use for this. And I've got a lot of just random resources here which I've been mining out, but as you can see, we're pretty well stocked up. So the plan is just like this building here, using a black stone base. Now this industrial building, as opposed to my first building, is going to be a lot more structurally even, or block palette even. Closer to the bottom, and as it moves to the top, as you can see around this area, it actually gets quite messy, and I did that intentionally, but I think this time we might make it a bit more even, or even patterned, and you'll see what I mean in just a bit, or as we continue to build this up. But yeah, we're gonna see if I can get a more even gradient as opposed to blocks that just stick out quite like that. Yeah, we'll see if we can make it work. But for now, let's get building this thing up, and I guess we're gonna work this out along the way. So first off, we're gonna start with a foundation. So first off, we're gonna count how many block spaces we have. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. Nice. And I think I'm gonna pull out, let's say, a little bit over here. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might move it across one just so I get a bit more room for my door. But I think this will be a good start. So what we'll do is we'll probably build up. Keep in mind, this side over here was built up quite high with the blackstone, but I think I'm only going to build up 5 blocks. Yeah, 5 blocks is the number. Oh, actually, no, yeah, 5 blocks seems to be the answer for me. And then what I'll do is, yeah. So I think something steampunky. When you're thinking steampunk, they usually used red brick, which I have up there, but due to my limited brick palette, I actually want to continue my theme using blackstone, then deep slate, and then brick, and then stone at the top as well. So I think at this point we're going to introduce the deep slate. We'll pull it up here. Now we're going to obviously have to follow the shape over here. We'll go in. We'll see how. Let's see if our door is big enough over here. I'd say that's a good door size, actually. And if I pull this down here, yeah. So I think I'll keep this as where the door is going to be. We'll pull the wall in there. Yeah, this will work quite nicely. You know what? I'll keep some space here for a window as well. Maybe even that height. And I think I got a good foundation going on here. Now I might add just a couple blackstone, just regular blackstone, to show this has been wearing down over time. Let's see. And if we take a look, yep, that looks about right. It adds to that weathered look. Now the question is, do I want the door to come out to be on this level, or if I want it to be back in, set back a little bit? Let's see if copper doors look good. The copper door's nice. It lacks what I want though. And I think I will leave it in, yeah, I'll push it in one block. I'll think about it. Give me a second. Okay, so I like this door. We gotta put glass in these holes here because they're windows. Now this is obviously the main entrance for whatever we're exporting. However, I think we'll have a side maintenance entrance here, because I don't want to have to keep opening and closing this copper door, which obviously can't open and close for obvious reasons. Now to that, I am going to physically tell everyone that you cannot go through here by saying literally this area is blocked off. And I think that works rather well. Now we're just gonna have to add little lips around the edges, and I think the very front, the bottom should be, well, we'll see how it looks. All right, this seems to have worked. So the next obvious step we need to do is we need to build it up. So from here we have this arch that we're gonna work our way into. So let's just build the frame with the deep slate. Once we're done with the frame, we can work with how this whole thing is gonna look, its entire design, and see if it fits with the bigger picture of what's going on. Ooh, looks quite nice. I think a nice window would be good there. Yeah, just like a skylight. Nothing too fancy, of course, but something to allow the workers to see the outside. But naturally we have to keep it in line with our extended foundations. Ta-da! And as you can see, we have built the arch up. We've got the foundation. I've added extra windows up the top so we can have a second floor potentially there. Maybe there's room for something up here. It's most likely going to be structural beams. I don't know if you've played Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but there's a bunch of metal beams that run across the building's upper area. So we're probably going to have that. Plus the window up there. I haven't figured out how to structure that window. However, so this is what the inside of this wall looks like. What we're gonna have to do is build it up so that we have room for the windows in between, so that they don't look super flat. I'm gonna have to leave these ones flat because generally that was the original design. However, I think so here's what I'm thinking. When copper fully oxidizes, we can add a bit of the warped stem stuff. Things like warp stemmed trapdoors are gonna be super cool in adding a bit of texture to this area. So I'm thinking maybe all the way down the center, something like that. Now it's not going to look very pretty now because of the copper. So what I'll do, I'll just leave it down because I don't want to have to look at that. Well, not all the time at least. But it's definitely in the cards to put those there. All right, so we put the windows in. Now towards the back, I realized I didn't need to go all the way because I've already prepared one block out. So all I needed was to place this in, and I think it looks really good. Now the outside. Now what I really wanted to do was emulate how Victorian factories usually have some sort of painted window design. Now obviously I don't want to have to expand my window, so I can put all the beams in. But what I did was I placed fence gates here, and it's not great. If I could place fence gates on their sides, that would be amazing. Or if I could somehow create like a hollow box, I would do that in an instant. But I can't, so we've got this design here, which is fine. And the other option is this one. I'm gonna keep them both up for now, and I'll come back to them and I'll see which one I like more. This one's a lot more minimalistic, and this one feels a bit more closer to what I'm intending it to be, but it is a little messy and it's pricey. I'll think about it, but then now I have got to finish up the arch, and then we can get onto maybe this side and filling in the blanks over there and over here. Let's get to building. All right, so we have built it up. We've got the arch, and I've also put in a lot of the side area. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to even and flatten this down, and I'm gonna have a maintenance entrance, which can be pretty much my main entrance to this area, because I figured that I'm gonna need one. I'm gonna keep that extended like this on both sides, and then I'm gonna have a space just for an entrance right here, like so. And then we're gonna have this big wide open space here, and that's our side entrance. So all I need to do now is place in the windows on this side, and if I fly up top, ooh, that was perfect. All I need to do is finish off the entire arch. I'm tossing up whether or not to put windows in the top area. So let's say I cut out there, and I had a window run across the entire thing, perhaps with very similar to what I did over there with that house back there. So if I pulled all the way back, perhaps I can, yeah, this looks right. I can have a, yep, have two windows that just filter through the top. So yeah, let's get to building it. So I started to build up the sides now. We've pretty much got this very front portion done, and now I'm all I'm doing now is just building off to the side. This one comes out after one window indent, and this one comes after two, which has the side entrance as well. And if we go back, we can see that it's looking quite large. I'm not too sure about the top. The top feels a bit too tall and not flat enough, but that might just be me. But if I continue building across, we can get a good foundation. And I think what I'm looking for in this factory-esque industrial building is more of a foundation for the rest of the thing to kind of stand upon. My hope is that once this solid foundation is kind of built, maybe to around here with the bee, where the bees are, we can start building on top of this with a bit more of the uneven structures. And what might even happen is, let's say if I can get up here, whoa, that was perfect. If I can get up here, we can have walkways that go across like this, and they would even, you know, take you up there. So the goal is to mix Victorian, or mix the very well structured steampunk foundations with the more wonky, off-center, off-kilter structures, which is my hope for the whole thing. Yeah, we're going to continue building, but for now what we have is this. When it comes to this side, what we're going to do is have it meet up here with the curved roof of this section, and so have the whole thing intersect. And I might use a different block depending on how I feel. I don't know. I guess I'll have to see it on a much larger scale. Let's see, if we fly down all the way here, can we even tell? Nope, not from here. Must be... If we look here, can we see... Oh yeah. You know what, I'm gonna keep it there for now, and I'm gonna see how I feel about it, just like I'm trying to figure out how I feel about this. But I'm sure that it'll resolve itself once more of it gets built and more of it comes to life. But for now, we're just gonna work on these sides, and I might extend over here. We'll see. We'll see. So it's looking good so far. So I've decided to change and shift to the stone brick up here. And I've flattened this area out, so I'm not actually building this wall up. I'm kind of hoping to have a walk or some open space up here so that people can walk. The whole point of this is that although it is a factory, it's supposed to be multi-purposed, where there's the factory function, but there's also the civilian and people who are in the area function. So we might have a bit of residential, we might have a bit of external factory stuff, we might have commercial areas as well. I'll have to keep building on the structure to make it clear, but the idea, and I've gone ahead and built a bit more, so you can see that I've actually continued this theme. So at that point there, we have deep slate, and then you can see right there's the stone brick, and I've done that over here too. So now, if we look here, you can see that the stone brick is gonna extend from the deep slate. I'm gonna have a stairway going here, and I really want to have some sort of tower, just in this little square, maybe closer to the archway. But that's not what I was trying to show you. What I'm trying to show you is over here. We have a little balcony which leads to this mountain, which is going to be a tower as well. But the whole point is to somehow have a walkway that leads all the way down there, and to have something potentially down here. We will, I mean, I'll figure this out later, but yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave that for now. Maybe I'll get to the tower later, who knows. But I'd say we've made some decent progress on this. My next video, I'll probably have these windows filled in. I have figured out, actually I should mention this, I have figured out a design. It's going to be a checkered design between cyan and black glass. So, putting this all in. Obviously I can't have a real window pane design, so I've decided to go with this, and I'm not too It's not amazing, but it works. Actually, I kind of like it. It looks really interesting, and I think it adds to this feel, to the feel of this area. Hopefully this copper will eventually weather, but yeah, I'll fill in the rest of these windows by the next video and we'll see how we go. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get started on, oops, the big thing. And I'm not gonna quite show you what the big thing is, but I'm gonna show you one of the parts, one of the little parts that add to it, and it's over here. I've been working on this on the side as I've been going. It's this pathway of emerald blocks that I've laid out. As you can see, it goes all the way across and it leads over here where you can see inside there. That's really cool. Goes around this edge, dangerous edge. It goes all the way up here and through this hole here, down here. Hello, llama. Through that water and goes up to here so far on this normal savanna plateau. Something I really wanted to do and something that I want to establish is, if you can see here, I want one of the only, pretty much the only way into the city normally by foot to be over this plateau. And I think it'd be really fun to have some sort of pathway that goes all the way through and up this mountain, like a pilgrimage, for various travelers and traders alike. Of course, I'm also going to have another entrance which goes down here, and it's gonna go, I haven't really decided where. I'm thinking maybe around or through or over this little mini mound. I can't really call it a mountain, can I, in light of all that. And the path is gonna come around here, and I haven't really established anything else down here. Oh, I mean, except for a couple things. But the plan is, if you've played Final Fantasy VII, it's kind of like Midgar, where we have the upper level and we have got the lower level. The lower level being underneath the plate, and the upper level being obviously the city. However, I'm gonna have this whole entire section become city. That'll be very wonderful to have. There are areas for paths, like over here. Can you go away, please? Please? Bye-bye. Maybe not. Okay, bye. So, through this side entrance, of the big hole, which I haven't dug yet. Whoops. We're gonna have another walkway. Now, one of the things I plan to do is to, let's say, carve this section out. And we can actually have little nooks and housing, little apartments, if you will, etched into this mountainside. And I think that'll be really nice for what I really want for the city and how I want it to look. And we have so much room to work with. It's gonna be quite fun. And I haven't really planned out that because I've got a lot of landscaping to do here. As much as I want to keep the natural shape, I can't quite have it completely all the same. Like, for instance, this mountain's just in the way and in the middle of something. Unless I put a building here, I don't know, it might need to go. And here, there's just something so beautiful about this section here. I really want to turn it into a garden. And I don't want to lose whatever this is. I want to keep this natural beauty in here. I keep referencing games. So if you played Jak 2, there's a little mini forest jungle inside the entire city. And I feel like this could emulate something like that, you know? Have something beautiful just go through over here. Yeah. But for now, we only have the top side, and we have a factory up top side. And obviously there are going to be more places for factory areas down below. But the idea is to have both towering skyscrapers, large buildings, but also buildings etched into this natural terrain. Like I said, this is going to be where I put the town hall, the city hall, and we're going to have so many more things going by. But this is where I want one of my main entrances to be, and it's going to be great and glorious. Perhaps we'll have more room for. I'll have more room for warehouse stuff down here, and I think that'll be really cool. Really cool to have. And I gotta stay away from those creepers. And that's not to say about the other side of this area, where we got the rest of this warehouse building. But also, what about back here? This big shape that looks awfully like a tower. Then we got this flat section here. I'm really excited. But obviously progress is slow because I'm a very slow builder. But yes, I think that's all the time I have for this. This has been Tate Nong, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.